Welcome to this episode of CodeLabsPro. We're going to do a quick CodeLab on SveleteKit. SveleteKit is now in 1.0. So as of today, SveleteKit 1.0 is official. So we're going to do a CodeLab to build a cloud CRM. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to follow the instructions exactly as they're stated on the kit.svelte.dev site. So let's go ahead and run the SveleteKit command for generating the project. So we're going to say npm create svelte at latest cloud CRM. So cloud CRM is going to be our CRM as a service platform, and we're going to build it entirely with SveleteKit. So let's go ahead and use a skeleton project, and in the JavaScript versus TypeScript syntax, we can go ahead and use JavaScript for now. Let's use ESLint. We can use Prettier for code formatting. We can skip Playwright. Actually, let's go ahead and add Playwright. We don't need unit testing for now. So it has created our project. And if we look at the Cloud CRM folder, we have our source folder with the routes folder. We have our app.html, and we have our page.svelte. So if we were to go ahead and run the command for dev, which is npm run dev, we should be able to see the project. Let's also go ahead and put this in our README file for later reference. So we'll create a code snippet and put it in the README. And let me open a terminal window and run npm run dev. And let's take a look at what we have. So it's running on port it's saying wheat not found. I think we have to run npm install. Which is the step we missed here. npm install, and let's see if that takes a bit of time. Okay, so npm install ran, and now we can run npm run dev. This should now run on our localhost port 5173, and it's saying not found home/posts and not found home. So let's see if it's running on here. So it ran fine. It did give these two errors, but we can check out what those errors are caused by. So if we look at our SveleteKit page, this is just a bare bones SveleteKit page. We can go ahead and add Tailwind to improve the CSS on there. So let's copy this command and run Tailwind in the Cloud CRM folder. cd to cloud crm and run npm install dash tailwind css post css auto prefixer and svelte preprocess. Now we can go ahead and run npx tailwind init. So npx tailwind init just ran. Now we can run the postfix, and this would be in the SveleteKonfig.js file. So we'll copy the import preprocess from Svelte preprocess and put it in our SveleteKonfig.js file. So let's take a look at svelte.config.js, and this would go into the import section, and we can also add the preprocess block into the config. That's after the adapter block. So now we have our preprocess, and we can also configure the template paths. So for that we need to go to tailwindconfig.cjs, which is this file, and this template config goes above the theme, but instead of the current empty content block. So the current empty content block can be taken out because we have the templates listed in the content block right here. Now we can add the tailwind directives to our CSS. So in our source app.css folder or file, in our source folder we can create a folder or create a file called app.css and add the tailwind directives. And now we can import the CSS into our layout.svelte file. So the layout.svelte file is the backing file for the page.svelte, and it's using a plus notation. So we can say plus layout.svelte, and we can import the app.css into that. So now if we use a button or class that is from Tailwind, we should have the styles of Tailwind, and let's double check that. We may have to rerun in order to allow for the build to build the Tailwind styles. And let's see here, we have dot slash app.css, which has the Tailwind directives, and we have we need to add the hello world in there. So let's add the hello world in there, and we can refresh to see that it's using the Tailwind styles. Now we can also go ahead and install Daisy UI. So to install Daisy UI, we can run npm install Daisy UI, and the Daisy UI components are over here. So let's take a look at some components that we have here on Daisy UI. There's the drawer component, which is like that, and then there's the nav component. There's a drawer component on the right side, and we could use that component, or we could use this one. So let's go ahead and pick one of these. We can take a look at the carousel component as well, which is this one. So yeah, let's take a look at the carousel component here. Copy that and go to our page.svelte and paste it there, and we have to rerun npm run dev, and also we may have to install the plugin for Daisy UI. So let's go to tailwindconfig.js and install the plugin for Daisy UI. So that should now give us the carousel. Let's try to also install the component for our top. So let's take a look at the component for our top nav. That should be in the hero section. In the hero section, we can take a look at this section and use that as our page.svelte. And let's refresh. So that's our Daisy UI. So that's all for this one, and in the next part we'll try to build out the backend for our CRM. Thanks for watching.